Welcome to Lady C's podcast on Pearls of Wisdom, the show where we deep dive into the different facets of wisdom. I'm your host, Lady C, and each week we explore the topic titled Pearls of Wisdom from every angle, uncovering captivating truths and sharing insights that will leave you informed and inspired. Whether you are a seasoned enthusiast or just starting to explore facets on wisdom, this podcast is your go-to resource for thought-provoking discussions, practical tips, and entertaining anecdotes. I believe that Pearls of Wisdom has the power to transform lives, and my mission is to bring you the most engaging and informative topics and content to help you navigate this exciting landscape. In each episode, we'll explore a wide range of wisdom-related topics, from personal stories and practical advice. Without further ado, let's dive in. Our topic of discussion today is on dealing with failure. And one may ask, what is failure? Failure is commonly understood as a lack of success in achieving a desired goal or an outcome. It occurs when the result of an action or endeavor does not meet the expectations or objectives set forth. Failure can manifest in various aspects of life, such as personal relationships, education, career, or even in broader societal context. It's important to note that failure is a subjective concept and can be interpreted differently by individuals. What one person perceives as failure, another person might view as a valuable learning experience or a stepping stone toward future success. The significance and impact of failure can vary depending on cultural, societal, and personal factors. While failure often carries negative connotations, it can also provide important opportunities for growth and learning. Many successful individuals and organizations have experienced failure along their journey, and they often attribute the eventual success to the lessons learned from those failures. Failure can foster resilience, creativity, problem-solving skills, and the ability to adapt and improve. It's crucial to approach failure with a growth mindset, seeing it as a chance to learn, to make adjustments, and to persevere. Embracing failure as part of the learning process can lead to personal and professional development, helping individuals build resilience, character, and ultimately increase their chances of future success. Examples of failure vary for different people at different times, and they include the following. Number 1, academic failure. This is failing an important exam, receiving a poor grade on a project or an assignment, or not being able to meet academic expectations. Professional failure. This is being fired from a job, not getting a promotion or raise, or starting a business that ultimately fails. Personal failure. This is struggling to maintain relationships, experiencing a divorce or breakup, or being unable to achieve personal goals or aspirations. Entrepreneurial failure. This is launching a product or business that does not gain traction in the market, facing financial difficulties, or having to close down a startup. Athletic failure. This is losing a game or a competition, failing to achieve personal sport goals, or being unable to perform at the desired level. Creative failure. This is producing a piece of artwork, writing, or music that does not resonate with the audience or fails to achieve critical acclaim. Financial failure. This is making poor investment decisions that result in financial loss, experiencing bankruptcy or foreclosure, or accumulating substantial debt. We'll now talk about what not to do when you're faced with failure or when you have failed. When faced with failure, there's certain behaviors and attitudes that are generally unproductive and can hinder your ability to move forward. Here are a few things to avoid. Number 1, dwelling on the failure. Continuously dwelling on your failure and fixating on negative emotions can prevent you from moving forward. While it's important to acknowledge and process your emotions, ruminating excessively can impede your progress. Blaming others or circumstances. Here, shifting blame onto others or external factors may provide temporary relief, but it prevents you from taking responsibility for your actions and learning from the experience. Instead, focus on what you can control and how you can improve. Giving up too soon. Allowing failure to demoralize and discourage you can lead to giving up prematurely. Remember that failure is often a temporary setback and not a reflection on your abilities or your potential. Perseverance and resilience are key to overcoming obstacles. Overgeneralizing the failure is to be avoided. Avoid making sweeping generalizations about your abilities or potential based on a single failure. Failure is specific to a particular situation and does not define your overall worth or your capabilities. Avoid neglecting self-care. During challenging times, it is crucial to take care of your physical, emotional, and your mental well-being. Neglecting self-care can exacerbate stress and it can make it more difficult to navigate through failure. Therefore, prioritize activities that promote your overall well-being. Steer away from isolating yourself. Withdrawing from support networks and isolating yourself can amplify feelings of failure and despair. Seek support from friends, family, or mentors who can offer guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. Resist change and adaptation. This is to be avoided. Failure often signals the need for change and adaptation. Therefore, these are not to be avoided. Resisting change and clinging to old strategies or approaches can hinder your progress. Embrace the opportunity to learn and adapt your approach based on the lessons learned from failure. Here are the steps to take when faced with failure. Acknowledge and accept. It's important to recognize and accept that failure is a normal part of life and that everyone experiences it at some point. Avoid dwelling on negative emotions and instead acknowledge the failure as an opportunity for growth and learning. There's a saying that goes, "It is better to have tried and failed than never to have tried at all." Learn from your mistakes. Analyze the situation and identify what went wrong. Reflect on the factors that contributed to the failure and consider what you could have done differently. Use failure as a valuable learning experience to gain insight and improve your future approach. Maintain perspective. Here you're putting the failure into perspective by considering the bigger picture. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and past successes. Understand that failure does not define your worth or your potential. It is just a temporary setback on your journey. Embrace a growth mindset. Adopt a mindset that views failure as a stepping stone to success. Embrace challenges and see them as an opportunity for growth. Focus on developing resilience, perseverance, and a positive attitude towards setback. Seek support. Reach out to friends, family, or mentors who can offer guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. Discussing your failure with trusted individuals can provide emotional support and help you gain insights and strategies for moving forward. Set new goals. Use the lessons learned from failure to set new realistic goals. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and create an action plan. By setting new objectives, you can regain a sense of direction and purpose. Take action. Take proactive steps to move forward. Implement the lessons learned from the failure and apply them to future endeavors. Embrace a mindset of continuous improvement and keep taking action despite setbacks. Important to practice self-care. It is essential to prioritize self-care during challenging times and times of failure. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Practice self-compassion and maintain a healthy work-life balance. Never give up, because failing gives you a chance to get up and to try again. Seek counsel. He or she who seeks counsel becomes wiser in spite of past mistakes and past failures. And remember, failure is not the end, but an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. By adopting a positive mindset, learning from your mistakes, and persevering, you can overcome failure and achieve future success. There are innumerable examples of people who failed and got up again to achieve great success. You may have your own examples of individuals who failed and rose above the failures to achieve the success. Here are some notable examples that I will share. Number 1, Thomas Edison. Edison, one of history's most prolific inventors, faced numerous failures before achieving success. He made thousands of unsuccessful attempts before inventing the practical electric light bulb. And Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." J.K. Rowling, the author of the immensely popular Harry Potter series, faced rejection from multiple publishers before finding success. Rowling's manuscript was rejected by numerous publishing houses, but she persisted and eventually found a publisher willing to take a chance on her work. Today, she is one of the best-selling authors of all time. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Incorporated, experienced failure when he was ousted from his own company in 1985. However, Jobs returned to Apple in 1997 and played a pivotal role in revitalizing the company, leading to its tremendous success and products like iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, Michael Jordan faced failures earlier in his career. He was cut off from his high school basketball team but he used that setback as motivation to work harder and eventually become a 6-time NBA champion and global sports icon. Walt Disney, the iconic creator of Mickey Mouse and founder of the Walt Disney Company, faced multiple failures and rejections throughout his career. He was once fired from a newspaper job for lack of imagination and experienced several business failures before finding success with Disneyland and the creation of beloved animated films. Elon Musk, the entrepreneur behind companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink, experienced several failures on his path to success. However, he persevered, learned from those experiences, and went on to become one of the most influential figures in the technology and space industry. Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor Company, faced several business failures before achieving success with Model T automobile. Ford's early ventures, including the Detroit Automobile Company and the Henry Ford Company, faced financial difficulties and ended in failure. However, he persisted and revolutionized the automobile industry. Jay-Z, the rapper and entrepreneur, faced multiple rejections from record labels early in his career. Undeterred by the initial setbacks, Jay-Z founded his own record label and went on to become one of the best-selling musicians of all time. He later expanded his success into various business ventures, including fashion, sports management, and streaming services. These examples demonstrate that failure is often a stepping stone to success. The individuals further exemplify how failure is not a permanent state, but rather a temporary setback that can be overcome with resilience, determination, and a willingness to learn and grow. Their stories inspire us to persevere in the face of adversity and to see failure as an opportunity for personal and professional development. By persevering, learning from setbacks, and maintaining a strong sense of determination, these individuals overcame their initial failures and achieved extraordinary accomplishments in their respective fields. This highlights how failure is often an integral part of the journey to success. As these individuals faced setbacks, they refused to let failure define them, and instead they persevered, learned from their experiences, and ultimately achieved remarkable achievements. In closing, Lady C says this: failure is an inevitable and natural part of life's journey. It is how we choose to respond to failure that truly matters. The examples of individuals who have experienced failure and risen above it remind us that setbacks do not define our potential for success. Instead, failure can serve as a catalyst for growth, resilience, and personal development. By embracing failure as a valuable teacher and learning from our mistakes, we can gain insights and acquire the skills necessary to overcome future challenges. It is through perseverance, determination, and a positive mindset that we can transform failure into stepping stones toward success. Now remember, failure is not the end of the road, but rather a detour on the path to achievement. So dare to dream, take bold risks, and be willing to embrace failure as a necessary part of the journey toward your goals. Learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. for it is in these moments of resilience and perseverance that true success is often found. Do share this episode with your friends, your colleagues and family, because you never do know who is in need of pearls of wisdom. With that said, this is your host, Lady C, signing out and saying, keep learning, keep growing. It's okay to make mistakes and to fail, and be encouraged. Remember, you've got this.